Welcome to what is potentially the most important part of this entire course, the Quantum Sales Framework. A framework I handcrafted for you with multiple zones in it, 5 to be specific, and a lot of steps in it, 15 steps in total, which you are going to follow in order to perform your sales calls. This is going to make it so much easier for you to perform your calls, and it's also going to be extremely natural. I've designed this taking into consideration how the human psychology works, the closing checklist, which I explained before, the qualification checklist, everything is included. And with this framework, you can sell any product that is high ticket, low ticket, whatever it is. You're doing Zoom calls, phone calls with someone. You can use this framework to sell anything to anyone that actually needs the product. Now, generally speaking, there is 5 zones, and those 5 zones are divided into multiple steps. So you actually understand how to perform the zones. Now, in the beginning, when you first get started, you're gonna follow every single step. And there's no flexibility in there because you really need to understand it. You need to understand what it is, why every single step is vital. And then later on, when you can freestyle more because you're getting more used to, closing, you've done hundreds of calls, then generally speaking, you'll just have the zones in your mind and you have to follow the zones. Now, following these zones, this is essential whether you're a doctor speaking to a patient and then at the end recommending them a medicine, whatever it is, you're going to be following those zones regardless. Okay, so let's go over every single one of them and let's just dive into it. I'm really excited for this. Guys, I created this and this is going to change your life when you really integrate it and understand it for yourself. Heck, one of my students, Daniel, in the beginning, when he learned this, he printed it out, he put it on the wall, and he was looking at it every single day. And now he's absolutely crushing it, making over 12K a month. Obviously, when you follow this framework, you're gonna do role plays, and it's gonna be very, very, very useful for you to have an expert look over your role plays, tell you what is going right, what is going wrong. Someone like me, for example, that's been in this field for 8 years and has created this framework. Now, if you would like that, that is possible for you if you are in QSA Live. So if you're part of QSA Live, I'll be able to look over these calls for you and I'll be able to review them for you and tell you exactly what is going right and what is going wrong. Because it is like a boxer, for example. Right here, I'm in Thailand. I'm doing many different fighting lessons like Muay Thai, boxing. And when you do a certain jab, if you do it the wrong way and you keep doing it the wrong way, your muscles will learn how to do it the wrong way. And it's more difficult to unlearn something than to learn something new. So it is really useful if there's a coach looking at mine or your jabs, because if you or I are jabbing wrong for months and months and years on end, in 2 years, 3 years, when a coach does look at us or when, we are in an actual fight and we don't do it properly, it's going to be very hard to unlearn the thing that we learned. So you want to learn correctly. You don't want to be repeating the thing in an incorrect way. So let's say you're doing this framework, but you're not doing it well at all. You just don't really understand it and you're doing it by yourself. Well, then you're going to learn it wrong and then you're going to do it wrong in your sales calls. You're going to get a lot of sales resistance. People will be thinking you're using a script of some sorts and it's just not going to be natural to you. So it needs to sound natural. There needs to be a lot of practice. And you need to have someone look over you and see what you are doing. So, for access to QSA Live, if you don't have it already, just simply message me here on Skool or on Instagram, and I'll be able to give you access to it if I see that you're a good fit for QSA life and within our environment. Now let's dive into it, because regardless of all of that, I'm still going to explain everything to you here to the best of my capability, and I will be revealing everything that is behind the curtain, and I won't be keeping any secrets away from you. I promise you that. Literally, my life work is in this. So please open your eyes and ears, noses, mouths, whatever. We're about to dive into this.